It's Jay, the Snazzy Diva. Welcome to my world. From health and fitness, tackling my issues and yours, and of course, accessorizing with the flyest fashion jewelry around from snazzydiva.com. Here, everyone is beautiful beyond measure. Welcome to the world of Snazzy Diva. Hey guys, it's Jay, and I'm coming to you with a video that I didn't even plan on doing tonight. I was actually going through emails and closing out some orders for Snazzy, and I came across an email from a subscriber, a new subscriber. So I first want to say thank you for subscribing, but when I read her message, it kind of stopped and gave me pause, and I just felt the need to I responded to her email, but I wanted to give you all a face-to-face and eye-to-eye on what the situation was and what I said to her, because I feel like she's not the only person who's probably experiencing this, and I think that this could be beneficial to her. So I'm sorry that I'm sitting here talking to you guys in my PJs. I literally was about to tie my hair down and go to bed. But so she, in her email, wants to have gastric sleeve, has not started the process yet. She's doing research, has not made a decision as of yet as to what she's going to do. And it's covered by her insurance. You know, money is not necessarily the issue as it relates to that. But she's concerned because her child's father is not supportive. And he is very negative about it, and is saying some very ugly and hurtful things to her as it relates to, you know, her wanting to have the surgery, this, that, and the other. And it is affecting her self-esteem. She's worried about possibly losing him if she has the surgery, this, that, and the other. But she is a morbidly obese young lady who has one child and wants to have the surgery, or is thinking about having the surgery, so she can A, improve her quality of life, but B, she wants to be around to be able to effectively raise her daughter and to be a good mother to her daughter. And she knows that part of being a good mother is being healthy. So her question to me was, what could she do, or what should she do how can she convince her child's father that this is a good thing and to get him on board? Why the hell are we convincing him of anything? And I asked that question because there's so many layers to this situation. First things first, take the surgery piece out of it. If you were in a situation where you were contemplating making a significant or drastic move for the betterment of yourself, whether it's going back to school, changing jobs, changing careers, moving to a different city, having weight loss surgery, whatever, and it is for the betterment of you. If there is someone in your life who is not supportive of that, it is not that you necessarily need to question that thing or that move that is for your betterment, but you also have to question the motives behind why that person is not being supportive. So I've shared this with you guys before about how, of all the people, in my circle who I shared, my plans to have the surgery, this, that, and the other. I only had one who was supposed to be my BFF, my ride or die. And she was the only person who was not supportive. I did not have the surgery. I did not save my life. And I didn't go out of my way to, well, I take that back. Don't let me start lying. I did initially try to educate her so that she would feel more comfortable with what I was doing, because it was presented to me under the pretense of, I care about you, this is so drastic, why can't you just exercise, this, and the other. But then a light bulb went off. This is backwards. I'm already afraid. I'm nervous about having the surgery, but I'm also afraid that I'm going to die. I'm afraid that I won't be around to raise my children because I'm stuck in this body. I'm stuck in this casing of fat and all that it represents and all of the possible diseases and health issues that come along with that. And I've got to do this to save my life and to be able to be a better me and a better wife and a better mother and da-da-da-da, all that other stuff. I had to stop and realize the surgery isn't the issue. You're the issue. Because the people who really loved me and cared about me and supported me, while they may have been nervous, while they may have wished and hoped and preferred that I was able to do it in a more conventional and natural way, and wished and hoped and preferred that I was able to just exercise and diet and eat right and da-da-da-da and lose the weight like that, they also understood and respected and acknowledged the significance of where I was. And even those who didn't quite get it and didn't quite agree, they loved me enough to support me and keep their negative comments to themselves. So my response to this young lady who's having this issue with her child's father, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. He's showing you who he is and what his real feelings are about you. He needs you more than likely. I don't know him, but I'm going to speculate. I'm going to speculate that he needs you to continue to have low self-esteem. He needs you to continue to not feel good about yourself. He needs you to continue to thrive on him because you give him power and it makes him feel big because you're worried that you can't get anybody else. And so now you're not just the fat girl, but you the fat girl with a kid in tow. Who else is going to want you? Answer to that question, you want you. And as long as you have you and you have God, then you are beyond wealthy. Do not block your blessings and everything that God has for you, holding on to mess that God didn't send you. I had to let that relationship go. And yes, I have a husband who is fantastically amazing. But I remember the day I sat down with him at the dining room table and said, I'm really, because I've told you guys I had to self-pay this, that, and the other. And I knew I was going to come into just the right amount of money to pay for this surgery. And we had already made plans on what we were going to do with the money. And I said, honey, I really need to talk to you because I want to change the plan. I want you to let me use this money to have this surgery, this, da, da, da. And his response to me was, I support anything that you want to do. However, I want you to tell me why you want to have the surgery. If you want to have the surgery because you're worried about how I feel about you, or you think that I want you to be smaller, or that I'm not attracted to you, then I will not give you the green light to use this money to have this surgery. because I love you just as you are. You weren't small when I met you, and that's not why I married you. You're beautiful to me in this moment. And if we were standing in front of Reverend Ross right now, I would marry you again at whatever your weight is. Because, by the way, y'all, I didn't tell him what my number was on the scale. He didn't ignore that. And I was able to, and after I finished wiping my face with the tears, because that was a beautiful sentiment, and my husband is not the beautiful sentiment dude, I explained to him that I was so grateful and thankful that that was his response. But to be perfectly honest, him being attracted to me, not being attracted to me, that was so low on the doggone hierarchy of reasons for me to have this surgery. And of course, I didn't say it that way. But, I'm in love with me. And it took me a long time to get there. But I'm in love with me. If you think that having this surgery and losing weight is going to now guarantee you a man, or make you go from the girlfriend, the wifey, the baby mama to the wife, there is fallacy in that relationship before you ever go get a consultation. That's not what this should be about. This is about your health. This is about your quality of life. This is about the preservation of your life, not getting or keeping a mate. If you keeping a relationship is contingent upon how you look, it's a sad, sorry, sack of poo relationship to begin with. That's not why you do this. You do not venture to have a surgeon remove 85% of your stomach so that you can only eat 10% of what you normally eat, and have to supplement your vitamins every day so that you can survive, to keep a dude or to keep a chick. What the hell? No. If that is your motivation, or that is why you're doing this, do not go see a bariatric surgeon. You need to go see a counselor. You need to go see a therapist. You need to go see a psychologist. You need to go see a psychiatrist. You need to see somebody who deals with your brain. Because your thought process is off. Your reasoning, your rationale, your motives are off. And I promise you, just as sure as I'm sitting here in a striped chair, please understand that after you have the surgery, whatever the issues are, they're still going to be there. Because if he was talking crazy to you and calling you fat or doing this, whatever, and verbally abusing you or whatever, or talking down to you before the surgery, when after you have it, now you're going to think you too good. Now you're going to be accused of cheating because you think you this, that, and the other. No. When you take a step this big, you take this step for yourself. If you have children, you may take this step for them. Because the better you are, the better parent you are. The healthier you are, the better parent you are. But what you do not do under any circumstances is ever venture to do something so drastic for a relationship. I am not at all saying that my relationship, my marriage is perfect. It's not. There are days that I look at him and I'm like, forever? Really? I don't know if I like you today. We have our issues. But what I can say is that the love we have is not based on how I look, how he looks, but it's a connection. It's a spiritual connection that was truly ordained by God. Because I'm going to be perfectly honest, he was accustomed to petite chicks when we first dated, so he wasn't checking for me when he first saw me, even though Other people I could pull left and right. He was like, yeah, she a little thick for me. And I wasn't checking for him because he's short. My husband's 5'8" on a good day if he prays about it really hard and stands on his tippy toes. I'm 5'6" and usually wear 3.5, 4-inch heels every day. So, yeah. He was not initially what I was looking for. But see, that's the difference between you doing what you think you're supposed to do and then listening to God and letting him guide your path. And because I understand and understood that it really isn't about what I want or what I think it's supposed to be, it's about his plan for me. I couldn't have fashioned a better husband and a better father for my children if God had given me the tools and the materials to chisel him out myself. Even with his flaws, even with my flaws. Make sure that if you are contemplating this decision, you are doing it for the right reasons. The right reasons are about you. Nobody else. They're about you. I didn't have to go through counseling prior to going into my surgery because, again, I was self-pay. So I wasn't mandated. There was no insurance company with any protocol for that. But I want you all to really take time to evaluate and think. And even if you're self-paying, even if your insurance does not require it, if you know that there is a possibility that you are going into this for some reasons that might not be the best reasons, or you have some fantastical image of what life is going to be like once you're thin, I need you to go talk to somebody. And if you can't find anybody or you don't have insurance or whatever it is, email me. You can talk to me. But, my darlings, this is life-saving, life-altering. But this is not the key to saving your relationship or holding on to the piece of man or piece of woman that you have. Okay, that's enough of my soapbox, and I'm sleepy. So I'm going to go, but I continuously pray for all of you. Excuse me. I sincerely hope that this helps. Please continue to subscribe, like, comment, and all that great stuff. And until next time, I love you all dearly. Peace and blessings. How did we get here? Why is this our now? How do we fix this? Lord, please tell me how. Covered in darkness, we've been there, trying to find our way back, but you were never near. How did we get here? Merely existing. Passions of